in for a very balanced game tonight. I'm ready to go. I'm pretty excited.
Oh, for sure. I want to see some solid play out of both these snipers. And saying that, I will take this opportunity to run down the rosters real quick. On BOTE team, we have Fusion on Scout, Penguin on Soldier, Spring Rolls on Pyro, Right Justify is playing demo tonight, Brick's on Heavy, Spade Slick is on Engineer, Rogue on Med, Boar is on Sniper, and Vipa is on Spy.
And over on the DK side, we have Vand on Scout, we have Corsa on Soldier, we have Billy Saurus on Pyro, we have the famous Banny on Demo Man, we have Carl on Heavy, Carl Abs Sagan, let me get that correct. We have Spamfest on Engineer, Skis is on Medic, and we have the return of the Axiomatic on Sniper, and the long-lost names of HNG coming out onto Spy. So a lot of names coming back for this game tonight.
Oh, for sure. I haven't seen HNG play in forever, but I think it's going to be pretty freaking good. Just saying. And especially with Axio. God, when was the last time he actively played?
2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago, 2 seasons ago, something like that. I know last season he didn't, and then I think the season before that they had Corsa on Sniper, so 2 or 3 seasons, yeah, somewhere right around there. I'm not exactly sure on the number.
Yeah, totally fine. Some notable changes. Banny actually was on Scout, I believe, the last season for Dunning-Kruger, and instead of Billy Saurus, they had Huey Lewis, who I believe is too busy to play this season. But I'm looking forward to see what both these teams can do for sure, because, Viaduct is such a great map. It always just comes down to the wire, and I'm excited, I'm excited. It's gonna be good.
You got any predictions for us tonight, Atwas? What do you think? Give me your 2 cents. What you got?
Predictions? Mario, I thought you'd never ask. I won't give you a score, but I think I'll have to give it to DK.
DK with no score.
Yeah, exactly. I know it's a really strange event, a team winning with no score. You know what I mean. Mario. What about you?
I'm not going to be able to give you... Okay, I'll give you a score. It's going to be 5-0 for one of the teams. I don't know which, but whoever wins the first mid is going to win the game 5-0. Calling.
You believe in the steamroll.
I believe in the steamroll. I think right now both these teams are dead even. If not DK, maybe just a little bit more. But if the BOTE sniper really picks up his game and just goes off, I think BOTE team will be able to pull this one to a victory. Atwas, if you want to take this first mid, go ahead.
Absolutely. 2 demos got here fairly early. We already have the DK Soldier jumping across here, getting nicely denied, and then body shot out of the air by Corsa. That is first casualty this mid. And we do see DK taking a little bit more ground over here. They were up, and there is already a Spy behind, getting sort of caught out, juking out Spring Roll, so he's going to be in position soon. Right Justify got taken out, which is a huge pick, and Banny got taken out as well. Spring Rolls is jumping in there and doing some good things. Penguin is down, and it looks like, although we haven't capped yet, we still have some jockeying for position, but we do have Brick on point, so he's going to be a very nice deterrent for anybody trying to contest this. But we do have, a Scout and a Spy on that Sniper. Boar is going to be taken out by HNG with a nice headshot. Brick is still on point. He managed to survive all that. Oh, he's in position. Oh, there we go. HNG getting a really nice out onto Brick, hitting up that 2 kill streak. He's just going to be dancing around there. And actually, they did manage to get that cap. BOTE team just managed to, but DK was back on there really quickly, and they're going to be on there with their entire team, just throwing people off that point.
Both medics did die on that mid, and they both did respawn. We have Rogue at about 50%, with Skis sitting at a lovely 75, so a small Uber advantage. DK did cap the point off of their spawn advantage, but looks like BOTE wants to try to contest. They pressuring their demo man. He's actually really, really weak, and he's trying to back up. He's on fire, but they have a BOTE scout in pursuit, but Right Justify is going to back up with his life. He's still alive. Skis does have about 50% Uber advantage. He's at 100 with BOTE. Rogue is at 90. DK needs to get in here and maybe get a force onto Rogue, but I don't think that they're actually going to end up doing that. And the DK Uber is going to get popped onto the Scout and Banny. Banny going to jump away as the boat team retaliates with the Uber, chasing down Skis. He's actually going to get cleaned up by Right Justify. Some very nice stickies there. Of course, they're trying to come in with a bomb. Brick says, you are not going anywhere. It gets completely destroyed. And boat team doing an incredibly good job of cleaning up these frags from the DK defense. And that is almost a wipe.
That was a really nice push going on there, and I think what really cinched it for them at first was Right Justify got that early pick onto Axio, ensuring that his team had those areas to move up in without worrying about being headshot. And actually, the Uber did get, I think, forced after Borg headshot Carl, so that was a really good thing on there. Borg gets another nice shot onto Van, the enemy scout. So that'll be getting happening. Axio's getting really crazy pressured. Vipa was on him, got a nice ambassador shot onto him, and Banny is down as well. Borg gets a good headshot. HND sort of got mowed down there, but he'll be back for sure. Bor is on a 7 kill streak right now. Oh my god. Carl got taken out right there too, and Vipa tried to move into position there, didn't quite work out. Do have Uber approaching once more for Rogue. He is going to be holding back this heavy on Cliff. Brick, making sure that nobody's going to get to him. Oh my god, Axio got put into the grave once more by Bor. Still on an 8 kill streak. Somebody stop this man. And right now we're just looking to get that Uber on the DK side, and it does look like finally Skis is going to get that Uber. They're going to try and move in, get that repush, but there's a spy in position. Finally, both Ubers do get popped out. Corsa was a casualty in that, and so we might just have enough. There's a lot of flashing going on here, and oh my god, Rogue down, Spring Rolls, Vipa as well. Carl and his demo just moving in here, and Brick getting taken down as well by HNG. That was a really, really nice after Uber play. And then Spamfest getting taken out by Bor. Oh my god, Vand as well. 12 kill streak. They really need to put some pressure on this sniper, or it is gonna hurt. Although, it seems to be working out despite that.
DK did cap this point, but it's gonna cost them the life of, it's going to cost him the life of Skis, so he is dead. He just respawned, and he is only now building. He's at 15%, so not very much. Rogue's at 40, so they do have about a 20% Uber advantage, but DK is going to have to put a lot more pressure onto Bor if they're going to want to take this point. Bor is going absolutely ham right now. He's on a 12 kill streak. Corsa trying to bomb in to get a frag, but he's not going to get it, but DK does not care. They are pushing across the point. Carl's sitting on caution, spraying as many minigun bullets as he can, but he's going to get cleaned up by Brick for being out of position. But Boat doesn't quite have their Uber, so they are going to back up, and DK is going to cap this, but DK is going to drop a lot of players as the Boat team comes back in to cap the point again. Rogue does have 100% Uber. Skis is only down by about 15%. He's sitting at 85. They are over on the cliff side, waiting for their team to respawn. Bor still alive on that 12 kill streak. So I'm going to assume that we are going to see Corsa take another jump. Here he goes. As I said, he takes another jump in, but he just jumps into the backfield to try to create a distraction. Doesn't really get much done, but that creates a lot of room for DK to come back on and to take this point. The DK Uber is going to get popped off. Rogue still has his sitting at 100%, but he does pop it, and Banny's going to get caught out. The Boat Uber is going to try to frag as many people as they can and force DK to back up.
Yeah, that was a really good play there, and that'll be not too good of an advantage. Here we go, a bit of a repush coming in here from DK. Billy Saurus Pyro gets taken on by Bor on a 14 kill streak. He's just going crazy right here. Brick and Bor taking out a few more kills. Banny getting taken down in the collateral right here, and it does look like Boat will be able to hold on to this point for a good while. There are only 5 seconds left on the clock, and so if DK manages to cap this, they're gonna have to hold on for a really long time. Of course, has been jumping behind, trying to do some work, but it just was not working out, and boom, there goes the first point to Boat team. So we're just gonna have to see if your prediction rings true, Mario, and if Boat team will take this 5-0. I don't know.
I believe in the Boat. We will not sink today, my friends. Okay, well, maybe, but hopefully not.
You Boat leave.
But we are on the second mid here. We do have DK. They are trying to pressure onto this point. Van's trying to get a little bit of cap time, although the point's not unlocked it, doing some chip damage with that scouter gun. Axio is going to need to pick it up here. He's getting a lot of sticky shot at him from Right Justify, but he is going to back up and take some heal. DK is pressuring onto this point. Billy Star is going to get cleaned up, so that's a pyro down, but Boat losing a lot of players to this DK offense, and Banny doing a lot of good spam and a lot of good work with these stickies to take this ground. for DK. He's shooting a lot of pipes over there. We have Van trying to get in to get some frags. It's a nice one on his spring roll. So, BOTE, they gave up this mid relatively for free, but neither medic died on either of the teams. So Skis and Rogue are both at about 100% Uber, and we are going to see a BOTE team come back in here to try to cap the point.
Absolutely. We do have a spy in position. He did get caught out right there. That is Vipa being taken out by Spring Rolls, by Billy Saurus right there. And just trying to defend his medic. Van and Corsa both sacked in, trying to get the force, but it didn't end up working. It does look like that medic will be alive to pop another day. So Rogue held on to his Uber. So we're going to be seeing just a lot of sacking back and forth here. Soldiers jumping in, scouts moving in, but with sentries on each side, this could be pretty difficult. So we're really going to be looking at the spies. Since I say that HNG is in position, he's kind of been on fire a little bit. Oh my god, he almost got caught there, but he managed to squeeze out barely alive. And there we go. Vipa got a nice pick onto Carl there. So that'll definitely be something. It'll definitely open up a little bit of room for his team to maneuver and try and get in there. And there we go. Axios down. Boar taking another nice headshot onto him. And Penguin getting taken down as well by Van, but not before getting caught out by Fusion there. So here we go. The Ubers finally do get exchanged, decided to push in off of that. It looks like BOTE is going to be chased off this. Billy Saurus getting caught out a little bit, overextending as that Pyro. He manages to make it out. HNG trying to get in there on the aftermath, gets caught out by Brick, who definitely found him. And so moving in on point, we have a sort of heavy versus mini sentry fight going on. Big jump in here. Going in, that'd be Penguin trying to get in there, getting his rockets reflected, but pressuring DK out of there, out onto that concrete area. And so BOTE will definitely take this decisively, but Ubers remain very, very even.
Yeah, very good news for DK that Skis lived to that Penguin bomb. Both teams are sitting about 70 or 80%. Skis at 70. BOTE, Rogue is at 85, so small advantage for BOTE, but it's not going to mean much. Skis definitely is going to need to build this so he can help his team cap the point. Carl pressuring with his minigun, I believe. He's running the Natasha, but we do have the BOTE Uber popped onto point. Skis just now gets his Uber. Carl is going to walk into the face of an invulnerable Brick. Not quite sure what he's doing. We do have Van and Banny getting super aggressive. Van getting a pick onto BOTE, but no, Vipa says, you are not going anywhere. Gets a frag onto Skis with the poke to the face. So there's a medic down for DK, although Rogue did go down too, so that is very unfortunate for BOTE. But both medics are going to get up in about 2 seconds and start building. And as I say that, I'm just looking at the scoreboard real quick, and Boar is going absolutely ham still. And DK is going to have to shut down Boar if they want to do this, because right now Boar is carrying this BOTE team.
Oh my god, he really is. He just got another shot off on Carl as well, which is a pretty big deal because Heavy denying all those jumpers, so on and so forth. I'm actually surprised that nobody really chose to go maybe even crits, although that happens a lot more in 6s than it does in Highlander, switching up those mediguns. Uber is just king. Corsa jumping in, trying to get some work done, gets absolutely demolished with a nice air sticky by Right, Justify. Van getting taken out as well by Boar, who's on a 4-kill streak. DK does manage to cap this point, but BOTE is right here, pushing in here. Carl was trying to take the lead on that, but just got danced around by Fusion, taken out with a really nice scatter shot. So it's going to be a really easy recap right here. And there's actually a significant amount of time on the board in favor of DK right now. Although we were talking about how they're struggling, they did have a really good time on the board. There's only like 30 seconds between the two teams. Both medics do have Uber. We're just going to be waiting for some sort of advantage to push in here because, holding a point for 50 seconds really isn't too bad. Here we go. The Uber does get popped in, taking Banny in here, getting really aggressive with it. He's not going to pick up anything, and the counter Uber does come out from the other team, from Rogue as well, onto his own demo. And oh my god, the carnage. Billy Saurus down, Carl down as well. And here we go, getting some spawns in here, but that is a really good defense, and they have 1 minute, BOTE has 1 minute to hold on to this point. And I don't know if they have anything to worry about.
Just want to say that Banny did get killed by a rap assassin. Don't know if anybody saw that in the kill feed or not, but I thought that was pretty funny. But DK, they do have Skis alive right now. He is at about 50% over to Rogue's 60. So a small advantage for BOTE. Not going to be much, as I said before, but DK trying to pressure onto the point. Carl taking a lot of fire from that other, from Bricks and Minigun sitting on Cliff. Righteous Fight getting some good stickies out, but looks like the BOTE team is going to get pressured out. I'm not quite sure where Rogue is. He might be building in the backfield.
Oh my god, that bomb. I'm so sorry. Penguin just came in and absolutely roasted Skis. That was a really good play. That leaves his team 100% Uber to defend with. That's so good.
Yeah, thanks for catching that. I was looking on the other side of the field, but yeah, BOTE does have 100% Uber. They only have to hold this point for 12 more seconds. DK is going to get all of their respawns, but if they want to win this round, they are going to have to skedaddle onto that point. But there are stickies all over the place. It's a minefield, but Carl sees them and destroys them with his minigun bullets. DK actually doing some very good pressure onto this point. They do get a couple frags, right? Justify goes down. It is a demo man down for BOTE team, but the Uber does get popped off, and Fusion's going a little crazy right here, getting a few frags done too. Boar picks up 2 as well. There's a frag on the spam fest, so it's just HNG and DK Carl who just spawned, but that is going to be 2-0 to the BOTE team.
Wow, you were right. And, you know, TF2 is a game where momentum kind of means everything. And if you're on a roll even between rounds, it really makes a difference. Both medics here up on Medigun. We're not seeing any crits plays quite yet. Some early stickies coming out from Banny, but that doesn't really matter too much. It does look like his team is going to be a little bit more passive in trying to take this point. No frags have been exchanged quite yet. No, as I say that, HNG getting in there on Spades and also getting out of there. So Spades down, that is an Engineer down. Not too significant, but that's definitely enough to make the team turn around and give pause. So DK finally getting a little bit more aggressive onto point here. Boar got taken down, which was really big because he's been doing so well this match. And right Justify got put into his grave by sticky from Banny right there. So that's going to be great as well. So it's just a really nice coordinated, smooth push coming out here from DK. Just so long as they can hold on here, get a nice forward hold going. They have the players, they have the Uber. And if HNG can get a pick onto one of those key combo classes, that'll just be the greatest because he's been doing a lot of work behind.
Right now, I think that if DK wants to win, all they have to do is put Boar under control. Whether they have more focus on him or whether Axial picks up his game, I'm not sure which, but we do have the BOTE Uber getting popped off, but DK pops theirs in retaliation onto the point. Brick going to pick up a frag onto Corsa, Van getting cleaned up by a mini sentry by Spades. A lot of frags going into the favor of BOTE. DK dropping quite a bit of people. Skis goes down to a nice pick from Vipa, so that is devastating for the DK team. 5 more seconds on Skis' respawn. Rogue, he's actually still alive right now. He's sitting at about 40%, so he's going to have quite a bit of advantage by the time the DK makes it back to this point. I would like to see maybe an offensive Uber come in, try to get a frag onto Skis. They'll get some good eyes on him, bring in a scout, Fusions, hit some nice meat shots. We all like meat shots. But DK trying to contest. They are coming in over onto this left side of point, but Viper decloaking does get picked up by Billy Saurus, so good job on him. Brick walking onto the point uncontested. Van sees him trying to shoot him with a pistol, but we do have Rogue popping his Uber, the BOTE Uber coming on to point, and they're just going to wipe up all of these DK players. That was absolute devastation.
Yeah, honestly, BOTE has just been getting just way better Uber exchanges and post-Uber fights than DK, which is a little strange considering how strong a players DK has, just in terms of, you know, a lot of them have been playing for forever. And I do see HNG specifically doing a lot of work, courses constantly bombing in behind, being a great distraction. Here we go, Uber coming in from DK, getting in there. Vipa got taken down, sort of in the backfield right there. But there haven't too many frags exchanged. There we go. Boar finally got taken down by Van, who's taken in there really deep. Penguin as well. And there we go. There's the pick on Rope they were looking for. So it'll be a pretty nice advantage going on there, especially because he won't spawn for a little while, considering they just got the cap. So we do have, yep, Carl is on that Natasha, like you mentioned earlier. I know a lot of heavies like to run that just because of the extra 100 ammo doesn't leave you running for a pack as often. But there aren't really too many. There we go. Team finally getting to position to defend here. And there is, what, a 40% advantage? Oh my god, Skis getting taken out by Viper right there. That was so good. And then Carl getting decimated by Boar at the same time. The pick classes on BOTE are going absolutely nuts this game. It's driving me crazy. Axio just get the counter snipe onto Boar and then picks up Brick. And that'll be, it doesn't matter. Without Skis there, there's going to be a really easy cap as soon as they stop chasing frags and BOTE gets this. Whew.
BOTE team had a double bomb going in onto Skis. They sent their soldier and their demo man, Right Justify and Penguin, sent them both in while Vipa decloaked in the house behind the medic, and it created such a distraction that Vipa was able to get that backstab. So excellent coordination from BOTE team. One of the better plays that I've seen on Viaduct in a while. But Van trying to tiptoe into this point and getting some cap time for DK. Corsa doing a very large bomb over onto this left side. He is going to get cleaned up by Spades. But, ooh, there goes Banny. See you later, frag from Boar. But Axio does return on a pick to Spades. So frag's going in both ways, but DK is going to come out victorious with his point cap right now. I'm not sure what Carl's doing. I think he might be out of ammo because he's just running around with his fists out, but he's going to get cleaned up by Brick. And right now it looks like Rogue does have 100% as well as Skis. Skis going to pop it onto nothing. He actually dropped his pocket. I believe it was
Van.
Spam Fest or Van were standing right next to him, and he's going to pop that onto nothing. So that is a completely wasted Uber. And Rogue, he is still at 100%. I think Corsa bombed onto him, but he did not get the frag. So that is about 100% Uber advantage. But here we go, Axial picking it up. He is at a 5 kill streak right now, slaying away.
Slaying away indeed. I'm glad to see that it does look like as we go on, DK sort of picking it up. We do have a 35 versus 50 cap time. Uber did get popped out from BOTE team. They're not going to be picking up too much as I say that. Carl did go down to a nice bomb from Penguin. He's just been getting taken down right and left. Spring Rolls is down as well. And so that'll be less a pyro. And there we go, Axio getting the snipe onto Boar. Oh my god, H&G! Getting that stop onto Rogue, that is so good. They only have to hold this for 33 seconds compared to BOTE team's 29. And I really do think that they can do that, especially with the Uber. Rogue is up on quick fix right now, trying to grasp and claw at any advantage he can get. But we'll see if they can make the successful counter push right here. H&G got taken down right there by a Wrangler. They're just stickies everywhere. BOTE team's trying to jockey into some sort of position. We do have Boar peeking a pretty nice angle. Spamfest got taken down right there from that cliff area. And we are seeing a really solid push just coming in here from the left side. And there we go. Uber gets popped off to defend the point. Penguin gets taken down by Corsa. And here we go. Just Uber on point. There's a scout dancing around. That is Fusion trying to do his best. BOTE team getting up on here. Right Justify down. Vipa down. Fusion down. Spring Rolls trying to contest this point. Getting mowed down by Carl and Banny. And, oh, the last second jump by Penguin trying to get in here, getting close range headshot by HNG. And it is just overtime all over the place. Medic swinging, Uber saw. Oh, right, Justify trying to get that last jump in, but it was just half a second too late. Nice.
No, my prediction. No.
Absolutely decimated Marius. That is 2-1 right now in the favor of BOTE, but DK looks like they are bringing it back a little bit, especially with that last coordinated push.
Never lucky, am I right? But
yeah.
We do have Skis and the DK squad running up through main. Actually, never mind. Boar says goodbye, Skis. So that is a frag onto the DK medic. They are probably going to lose the point. BOTE picking up some frags, but H&G gets a pick onto Brick, but Rogue goes down too. I believe that was Van who cleaned up a frag onto Rogue. So both teams' medics are currently down. BOTE is going to cap this point, though, as DK looked like they backed up. We have Axio. He's just chilling over on this cliff shooting pot shots. Gets a frag onto the mini sentry. Yeah, okay. But he does kill the mini sentry. But DK is walking on to the point. They have their full team here. Axio's in position on the backside of the rock, but it looks like Carl's actually going to go down to a pick from Vipa. So, oh, Axio! Axio picking up a frag onto Rogue. I'm so happy that Axio is starting to turn up his game, but it doesn't look like BOTE cares that they lost their medic, because they are just going to completely bully out this DK team. Van says, and he picks up a frag on to Brick, sitting over onto the caution. Looks like DK is going to retaliate and defend the point from the BOTE aggression.
Yo, this is exactly the type of play I love seeing on Viaduct. Just that constant back and forth, that meat grinder that is the point. Just all the time, back and forth, like a yo-yo. All right, we do have Uber on the side of DK right now. Axio does get taken out finally by Boar. I'm also glad that he's picking up his play, because Boar for the very first few rounds was just absolutely decimating going in on there. Carl picks up Vipa, who is, also doing some really aggressive spy plays. He's been doing super well. Going back here and just harassing. The Uber does get popped out right here. DK getting really aggressive, trying to get in here, taking their scout in. That would be Van. Trying to get in. Spring Rolls got caught out right there. That would be the BOTE Pyro, but it doesn't look like he's going to get anything else. And Brick actually gets headshot by Axio, so that's pretty nice regardless. But that leaves about 50% in the favor of Rogue right now to re-push with. But unlike the other pushes that we've been seeing from DK, there haven't been a lot of post-Uber casualties, which has really sort of been their nail in the coffin thus far on the 2 rounds that they lost. H&G went down. It's also good that they're pressuring Boar far more than they were.
Banny getting super aggressive. He's going to do double sticky jump onto the cliff. But he does force out Rogue's Uber, so that is going to be a huge advantage for DK when they want to repush, but Vipa getting an Ambassador Frag onto Skis, who is going to have about a 75% Uber advantage, but he is dead. So there's a very, very good pick from Vipa for the boat squad. They are going to recap the midpoint. They have to hold it for about another 2.5 minutes, so very long amount of time still left in this round. It could go either way, but Boar, he's slowly falling off of his hot streak, and it looks like Axio, as I say, is slowly picking it up. So it's going back and forth between these snipers. It's always fun to see. DK is going to walk across the point, and they're going to recap this from the boat squad.
Yeah, there's actually a really significant advantage in the favor of Skis, so it's nice to see a bit more of a forward hold going on here because DK was being pushed back so far, and we do have boat squads sort of getting up in here onto that cliff area, but you know, DK only has to hold this for 40 more seconds, and Spades get taken down there, Vipa as well. That's gonna be great. Oh, right, Justify's just gonna get mowed out of the air by Spamfest's sentry gun right there, and we do have Spy behind here trying to get some work done. That is Vipa. He DR'd, so he's gonna be around fairly soon, but his pick didn't quite. Whoa, Skis went down? Skis went down. Skis went down. What?
Yeah, there was a very good sack from Penguin and Fusions. They both went in and they picked up a frag onto Skis.
Gotcha.
Rogue does have about a 70% Uber advantage. He's sitting at 90 to to Skis' 30. Boar gets a nice frag onto Van. Of course, they're doing a huge bomb behind the enemy lines. Tries to get a force onto Rogue. He does get it. Rogue got forced at about 35 health, so at least he did not drop it. He is still alive, so that's good for boat team, but that puts Skis at about a 50 to 60% Uber advantage. He's at 75 to Rogue's 20. So we are going to see the DK team come in here. They only have 6 seconds left on the point if they want to cap this to make the round 2-2. And we do have 3 casualties on the boat side. 4 now as FanFest picks up frag on to Brick. So DK is pretty much going to walk onto this point for free, but they do lose Carl in the process. Nice shot from Boar. Fusions, Right Justify both picking up a frag, of which their own. Axio getting a frag onto the Red Justify. So there's a demo man down for boat team, but it doesn't matter. DK is going to pick up the point. They do have Uber, but Skis does pop it onto the point as it's basically a free Uber, and that is the end of the round. We are going to go to 2-2.
That last second force by Corsa really just sort of cinched it in for his team right there. It allowed Skis to have that Uber to defend that point with, and it was great that they didn't have to get it out to cap, which just let them have that easy overtime. Both demos came in really early here. We already have a big bomb by Corsa trying to get in behind, but he's going to get mowed down by Brick, who likes coming up that cliffside, making that happen. H&G gets taken out by Fusion, running that laser scout gun, if you're wondering what that noise is. And Axio actually got bombed by Penguin as well, so that's pretty nice too. Penguin gets taken down right there in the collateral, and Boat made a really nice push getting up here. It looks like that's going to be... Oh my god. That pipe from Banning. Brick just flying across right there. Spamfest getting picked by Boar. And we're sort of having this back and forth that we're talking about. Both medics are still alive somehow. Of course, it gets headshot right there by Boar, which is great. And we do have the cap did come out from Boat right here. Axio getting picked up by Boar as collateral, who is once more on a bit of a kill streak. 4 right there. And yep, there it goes. HNG getting right in on Right Justify and grabbing that advantage for his team, trying to move in here. Vipa got a pick onto Van. Not as big, but still pretty solid, especially on Viaduct, where, you know, it's really good to have those scouts in on the Uber. The Uber does get popped out from both teams. Bolt and DK. Billy Soros gets caught out by Fusion. Talking about that scout Uber, and then Banny picks up a nice frag onto Brick as well. Spamfest is down. And so we do have DK managing to get this point in sort of the aftermath, but BOTE is still really in here. They're really aggressive. Right Justify's throwing a lot of stickies. Carl gets taken down by a nice pipe right there from Right Justify. Fusion is on a kill on like a 3 kill streak with this little laser pistol. I swear. What a hero. Banny gets taken out by Right Justify. We're getting a nice repush from BOTE team. Both medics are still alive. Both Ubers are fairly even. And woo, non-stop.
Shoutouts to the laser pistol. That's probably one of my new favorite items. Rogue is sitting at 75 to Skis is 65, so a small little 10% Uber advantage. Probably not much they're going to be able to do with it. Axio getting picked onto fusions, but Viper retaliates onto a frag with Carl, so as a main color down for the DK team. Corso looks like he wants to try to get another big bomb, and Banny going in as well. They're both going to get cleaned up by Right Justified. Double kill for him. Bor gets a frag onto Billy Saurus, so the DK team is very, very weak at the moment. Looks like they're trying to either do some sacks or get a little bit of cap time, but they are going to back up. It was Van tiptoeing onto the point, but he's going to back up with his life, although he does come back in to have the BOTE team trying to retaliate. Who is that? Spade Slick is just standing on the point. He takes a big sticky and is going to surf that away. Still alive. DK slowly pressuring this point. Van getting some good cap time. Carl on the point shooting a minigun bullets, but he is going to get cleaned up or picks up a frag as well. Oh, Right Justified picks up a frag onto Van, so there's 3 down for DK. Right now, BOTE is only missing 1, but Rogue, what happened to Rogue? Did he pop his Uber? I'm not sure, but Skis, he did die as well in the process. He is back up. Both medics are about at 20%, and DK just barely has to touch this point. Just a little bit longer to cap it, but there's a lot of BOTE team on the point trying to defend it with only 36 seconds left, but it is going to go in the way of the blue DK team.
Yeah, both medics did end up popping their Uber, and actually Ski, Carl got dropped, and so he was forced to back out with Banny, but they managed to stay and pick up a few frags. Corsa and Carl getting taken out right here. And DK finally managed to get that cap, but oh my god, BOTE team held on for it for so long. There are only 36 seconds remaining in their favor, and we do have that aggression coming in here. HNG getting behind, taking down Spade on that cliff, so he's going to be in position to get a few more plays going in here. There we go, the frags are coming out from DK, just getting in on there. Rogue is down as well. Brick, Right Justifies, spring rolls. Bor too, that is so good. HNG picking up that 3 kill streak, which is pretty good for a spy, just saying, and DK getting that nice repush, as well as that 100% Uber to defend with. But they have 2 minutes left to stick this one out, and with the way BOTE's been pushing, the way DK's sort of been almost giving it up here, what I've noticed is Carl just gets really aggressive, often without his team. He ends up getting picked, getting caught out alone, and leaving his medic alone with Banny, or else, well, gosh, Brick has just been doing, I think, a better job of defending. We did have a bit of a bomb going in here, and Scout in as well. Axio got taken down by Fusion right there, which is really nice, but he was the only casualty of that, getting those sacks in, taking advantage of that respawn timer discrepancy.
Banny getting super aggressive onto this cliff side, but he is going to get a frag onto onto Brick, so it's going to pay off his aggression. And they're going to hold off for that BOTE push for another handful of seconds while Brick respawns. But Rogue is at 90%, sitting on the cliff, doesn't have it just quite yet, so he is still vulnerable, but Bor picks up a frag onto Axio, so Rogue's death is much less likely, but a lot of frags are going to go over onto the DK side as they clean up about 4 or 5 the BOTE team. With a minute left to cap this point, BOTE team is currently crumbling, dropping their numbers. They're going to have to wait for those respawns before they can come back in. Both medics, Skis and Rogue, are at 100%, so we are getting ready to see probably the last Uber exchange of this round. Let's see, we have HNG does go down, so there's a spy down. Not much, but spies can do a lot. We have the BOTE team pushing the point. No team has popped their Uber yet, but as I say that, Skis pops his just a little bit early, but they are going to get a frag onto Right Justified, and Spring Rolls goes down too, so that is a very weak combo for the BOTE team, as it looks like DK might be able to hold this one.
Oh my god, I just watched Banny air shot Penguin right there, got cleaned up by Spamfest, hitting him with a shotgun shot that made him crater. That was absolutely disgusting. Billy Source is doing a really good job keeping the other team off his medic, and here we go, the aggressive Uber coming in from BOTE, trying to contest this point right here. People getting taken down. HNG is down, Vipa is down as well, so that Spy's off, and we do have Skis sort of in an Uber sort of advantage going on here. He's got 70%. There is 0 time on the point for DK, so if they cap the point, they do win. And we do have only Carl and Spamfest down, so it's going to be a really easy repush as soon as they get that Uber until, Billy Source gets taken down right there. Penguin getting really aggressive. Bombs a little bit too late. The Uber already gets popped off, saves his entire team, and all they do is have to just cap the point. Here we go. Spring Rolls on that point, getting really in there. Oh my god, Penguin as well. just this last-ditch effort going on here. The sniper was going ham too. There's only Brick alive. Just that recap. Oh my god, the 0-0 on the clock, and that is gonna go to DK.
DK, they almost threw that round, as Skis was the only, at one point Skis was the only person capping on the point. He got cleaned up, and for a couple seconds there, nobody was capping the king, nobody was capping the hill, but luckily DK did notice that that nobody was capping, and they did hop back on it, but it was very, very close. They almost threw that round, and that was so scary. I did not want that to happen.
Oh my god, that was terrifying. Yo, both pick classes, I really want to see these stats. I'm going to pull them up in a hot second, but I'm just going to tell you right now, I don't even need to look at them to know that both snipers and both spies have been going absolutely ham this match. I've just been seeing Vipa, Boar, Axio, and HNG the entire time. And here we go. Picking it up, yeah, Boar heading up with 52 frags, followed by Van, who's also been doing a really good job of getting behind and just putting pressure. Brick doing a good job as well, coming in third with frags at 36. And oh my god, fat damage coming out from Banny, hitting that 571 DPM. But of course, I don't know what else you'd expect coming out from there. Right Justify not too far behind, but Bora sort of edging in there on second place just because of a quirk in the way logs work.
Right now, Boar is he's doing a lot, and I feel that DK knows that he's doing a lot, obviously, and I think they're slowly and gradually focusing Boar more and more and shutting him down. The very first round, he went on like a 12 or like a 15 kill streak or something, just insane. And I think from there, with all these veteran players that DK has, they know how to change their playstyle to fit what is going on to the battlefield, especially Corsa. He has played so much Team Fortress 2. He's playing an Invite, and he's playing at the highest division of Highlander. He just knows so much, and he is probably the one calling most of these focus shots. I've seen him play in the past. I've had a lot of opportunity to play with him, and he's like one of my favorite gamers. He's awesome, and he's probably the one that's calling, like I said before, most of these focuses, especially onto Boar, who has really came out of almost nowhere. He was in silver about, I think, 2 seasons ago, and he's just slowly been climbing these ranks, and he's been putting on quite a show for us tonight with, what did you say, 52 frags? I believe I closed the logs.
Yeah,
yes.
52 frags.
He's at 52 frags, and he is like 500-something damage right behind Vanny. I mean, that's insane. He's at 560 DPM for a sniper. I mean, given it is Viaduct, and it is a sniper-friendly map, that is just insane.
Yeah, another thing I'd like to point out, and I don't usually call attention to deaths, but other than the spies, which is expected, Carl is actually leading in deaths right here, which I think probably would be best to be changed. Although it's really good, I did notice that DK, Carl has been playing a lot more with his team in the past few rounds, and it's very evident considering they're clawing their way back up to a 3-2 from what was an 0-2 in the favor of BOTE team. So I really like to see these comebacks. I really like to see the teams changing their play style and getting a lot more coordinated, because that was something that was really lacking in the first few rounds, is that you would see Corsa jumping in, you would see HNG getting in there and doing these coordinated bombs, but you wouldn't see the combo or other classes following up as well as they could, or especially post-Uber fights, they're having a lot of trouble. But I think it's good that they're pressuring BOTE team as much as they are. They're doing a really great job of that.
Taking a look at these medic logs, Skis and Rogue, they're about dead even. Skis has 1 extra Uber over Rogue. Not going to mean much. It's between the 16 to 15 Uber. No drops. I thought I saw a drop earlier, but yeah, no drops. Both heal spreads look very, very nice, although I'd like to see a little bit more heals onto Axio. Looks like Biliosaurus is sucking up a little of those extra heals, so I'd like to see a little bit more go Axio's way, and maybe that's why Axio hasn't been able to be as effective as he once was. He is down a significant number of heals to Boar's. Let me check this out. Boar is sitting at about 5,500 heals to Axio's 3,200, so definitely a lot of extra numbers going Boar's way.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know, Pyro's difficult on this map. You do soak up a lot of heals just because of the open area and having to protect your medic. Which shoutouts to Billy Soros. I didn't really quite say this, but he did an excellent job protecting his med from those sacks coming for skis on that last sort of few minutes of the last round. I think he got he like reflected every single one of Penguin's rockets there for a good while, and he was doing just a really great job of that. Sort of really saved his medic a lot of grief going on there. We do finally have everyone back in the server once more. They're switching sides, so we should be going live very soon. Before we do, just wanted to throw some shout outs to our casters. We do have shirts available if you like what we do, want to support your casters right now. We have an Atwas shirt and a Deer shirt available. Pick those up. Links are down below the video player. And yo, EVL snapbacks are totally a thing. You know, support our production team. Help us make this better for you. And we really appreciate every single thing that you send towards us. It just really means a lot because I know I love casting this game, and I know you guys love watching it, so I want to keep being able to do that.
I agree. And real quick before we start, just want to say that Boar has 52 kills, 51 of those are headshots. That's insane.
Oh, wow.
So I haven't seen a stat like that for quite a while, but we do have the BOTE team and the DK team running over to the mid, getting a lot of spam between either team. We do have the, I believe that's BOTE team pressuring the point right now. Corsa actually going to get cleaned up from Spades. Billy Saris getting a frag in Vipa, getting a frag in the H&G, so a little bit of espionage over there. We do have Carl. He is standing onto the caution, getting a lot of arrows from Skis, who's putting Uber quite rapidly. He's at 90 compared to Rogue's 75, so a 15% advantage. That means actually a little bit onto this mid, because if they push into him, they might be able to get a frag onto Rogue, but it doesn't look like they are going to go anywhere, as BOTE is just going to completely bully out this DK team, who looked so good on this mid, but it looks like they are just going to give up this mid point with Skis and his Uber still intact, but Axio is going to go down. So there's a sniper down, which is going to leave Boar to shoot freely. So we're going to need to get a frag onto Boar before DK can get in anywhere, or else they're just going to have to muscle their way through and take the chances at a headshot.
Oh, there we go. Uber does get popped out from Skis going in there on his Soldier and Demo. That'll be Corsa and Banny going in there in the counter. Uber does get popped off from Rogue as well, going in solely on right Justify, getting really aggressive there. No really frags getting exchanged right there. H&G and Carl gets taken down sort of in the aftermath by Fusion, getting in there with a scattergun. And they are getting a little bit more aggressive. Banny is tossing out some stickies behind the point, but the point does remain BOTE team. Oh, right, Justify gets completely caught out. His medic backed out, and he gets taken out by Van with a nice scatter shot, and there we go. Boar finally picking up that frag onto Axio, giving his team a lot more time to maneuver, but DK does manage to get this point. Oh, hello, Vipa getting in here, getting a nice backstab onto Banny, who is really far ahead of his team. Carl sort of bringing up the rear here, and Rogue does finally respawn. He is going to be at a significant disadvantage in terms of Uber compared to Skis. It's going to be, what, 60% going on there? And that's absolutely huge, but BOTE team did manage to pick up this cap as well, so we're going to have to see a repush come out here from DK coming in soon. They're probably going to wait for Banny, make sure that happens, or at least try and get Axio in buffed up to try and take down Bar. And oh, later Spade, H&G getting a nice stab onto him. So we're going to get in here, just throwing stickies aggressively across the point. The Uber does get popped out. Skis is going to take someone in. Banny's going to jump in super deep on here right now. Oh my god, takes out Rogue. That was such a good play. Going up here, gets mowed down. It does look like Brick is going to hold on to that cliff for his team. And so we do have quite a significant amount of DK players still up on this cap, but it looks like BOTE is just going to inch forward here with the Heavy and Scout, try and get in here. People dancing around this point. Here we go. Carl versus the team getting in there. Spamfest got taken down, but Fusion, Spades as well. And that'll be still, wow, a recap going in. That was really strong from BOTE team, and their medic is back up. Ubers are more even than they were before. And of course, it just got taken down there by a sticky bomb.
Yeah, that was a very good sack from Banny, able to clean up a frag onto Rogue, but Skis was having a little bit of trouble building, so they are going to lose that Uber advantage that they would have had, but H&G picking up a frag on the right Justify. Van getting a frag on the Boar, and Axio retaliating with a pick onto Spring Rolls as well, so definitely look like this is going to be a DK mid for a little while longer as they clean up a lot of these outlier frags that they're getting onto the BOTE team, but BOTE, they are sitting behind China with Rogue, who's trying to build as fast as he can. He's actually really, really hurt right now. He's at 40 health, so he could almost die to a spam rocket, but he is slowly regenerating, and he does get a sandwich from Brick. So very good job, Brick. We do have BOTE. He doesn't quite have it yet. He's only at about a 90%, so he still has a little bit of way to go, as BOTE is slowly inching this point. But DK does pop their Uber onto a Banny and a Carl. Of course, they're trying to get in here to find Rogue, but he is too slow, as Rogue is going to pick up his 100%, and he is going to pop it onto right Justify and Fusions. And Fusion's getting into the face of Banny. He runs into a Billy Sard. He's going to clean up. I'm sorry, that was right Justify cleaning up Banny. I thought it was Fusions. So good job from BOTE team cleaning up these frags. Well, they did not kill Skis, who's still alive at 60. He has about a 15% Uber's advantage, still dishing out these heals to these hurt DK players. Carlo's back up, walking onto the point with his minigun, but Brick and Red Justify are trying to retaliate as much as they can. They're actually almost going to win this round. They have 0 seconds on the clock, so they just have to defend this point from DK. DK caps it. They will go into overtime, but Skis pops his Uber onto Van, but they are both invulnerable, and they can't currently cap the point while they're Ubered. We do have Spade Slick trying to 1v1, but he is going to get killed, and Ski's going to get picked up by Vipa. So BOTE going to secure this third round. Wow. This is going to be 3-3.
Oh my god, that was really good. And DK was doing a better job of pushing out on there, but BOTE team was just constantly just hammering players onto that point. And big shoutouts to Fusion and Penguin for just doing a really good job of getting behind and playing that flank. Fusion has a really good amount of frags right now. He's been going in. Here we go, starting in on that next round, getting in here. We don't have any there. Oh my god, Boar picking up a really early frag onto Skis. It's gonna be so good being able to play without any heals on the other team, picking them off. Carl goes down, Banny goes down too. Right Justify is just cleaning up here, and it's just Skis just spawned. It's just Axio, HNG, and Billy Soros. He just got taken down as well. And Van too, so it's going to be a really definitive cap from BOTE team coming up here. It looks like they're going to be trying to take that momentum. Oh my god, that's the second Rap Assassin kill.
I don't know what's up with this guy's Rap Assassin. Somebody buy this off him. It's got to be worth something, because that's like 2 melee kills with Rap Assassin. I've never even seen one before. But anyway, Banny gets a frag into the Viper, and Boar is going to retaliate onto a frag from Carl. Actually, Boar going off on Spamfest as well. Okay, and Corsa, so Boar, once again, is just destroying this DK team, and I don't know what happened. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened between the last few rounds, but they are not focusing Boar as much as they were before. Axio sitting at the bottom of the scoreboard right now with 4 points, so very, very sad day for the Axiomatic.
Oh my god, the drop coming in from HNG! Picked up Rogue, that was so good, it decloaked right behind him! Sorry to interrupt, but that was awesome.
Yeah, HNG getting an insane drop onto Rogue. Skis does have 100%, but Axio is going to clean it up by Fusion. Carl trying to pressure the point as much as he can. Skis very, very hurt right now. He's at about 30. He's going to pop his Uber to save his players. Carl almost died, but as I say that, goodbye Carl. He gets fragged by Boar. There's a headshot in Vipa. Once again, coming in, getting a stab onto Skis.
Oh my god, these spies are going absolutely crazy. It does look like BOTE team is going to be able to get the recap. I am still dying from that drop. That was so good. And we do have DK sort of being pushed onto the concrete area. There's going to be a soldier v soldier fight going on right here. But that is going to be a really nice hold right here from BOTE team. They're really aggressive. They're going to be able to hold onto this for quite a while. And they have maybe a minute 40 left on the clock. It's been ticking down very gradually. Here we go, DK putting up some aggression right here into the face of an Uber advantage. They're hoping to get this cap. Carl just moving forward, mowing people down. Vipa down, Penguin down as well. Of course, they're getting picked up by Penguin, who's on a 4-kill streak right now. And he's been doing really well, and it does look like Rogue's going to be approaching Uber very soon, so I'm looking for the repush getting in here. Axio's trying to get some shots off, but he's kind of been struggling recently, and here we go. Here comes the Uber from Rogue onto right Justify, getting really aggressive. Axio getting caught out right there, but it does look like Billy Soros is going to try and save his medic and his demo Banny, trying to get in here through choke. This is going to be a ×6 on the point. That was a nice recap from BOTE team, but there we go. The aggressive Uber coming in, Banny jumping in, getting a nice sticky onto Rogue, but Rogue is already completely out in that area. Boar gets taken out by Corsa, finally getting put into respawn once more. And here we go, the gradual creep of BOTE players coming in here, getting that repush, and just people getting wiped off of here. Corsa gets taken down right here. It's going to be a few less rockets, and it's just going to be Carl on this rock trying to aggressively defend this point as much as he can. And finally, it does look like the BOTE repush got staved off right there.
What happened to Rogue? He died. I didn't actually see it. But right,
I think Banny got him. Yeah.
Banny got him? Okay.
Yeah.
But right now, DK, their one and only priority is keeping Skis alive. They do have the point. Skis at 85% to Rogue's about 30, so we do have a very significant Uber advantage for DK. Looks like BOTE is going to try to dry push this point. Brick with the Fist of Steel trying to cap.
Oh, Rogue! Rogue's down! Again! Banny got him again! He's got a domination! The Uber got popped off! Oh my god, the huge bomb! Did you see that serve too by Skis? That was absolutely dirty. He was down to like 60 health. That was so good. Fusion got picked up by a headshot. HNG taking down Boar. It looks like he's going to be putting more oh! Yes! Getting that frag onto Skis! It's so good! DK has had this point for a good while. They have less than a minute to hold on to it, about 50 seconds. Ooh, HNG getting a nice pick onto right Justify right there. Without that demo, it's going to be really hard to take any sort of ground going in here. Although Fusion and Penguin have been doing a really good job as a flank pushing in and putting a lot of pressure onto DK. But here we go, just a lot of spam going up onto that cliff area where BOTE is holding. We sort of, here we go, Fusion and Penguin are moving in here on the flank side, trying to get a little bit of stuff that Spring Roll's getting a kill onto his sentry gun with a reflect rocket. That's kind of interesting, but DK is getting in here. Carl's getting really aggressive. He is away from his team. He does pick up Viper right there, but right Justify is going to say absolutely not, mow him down and or get him down. And then Corsa got, you know, picked up by Brick as well, trying to jump in there. We do have 100% Uber for Rogue right here, so we're going to be seeing a repush. Here we go, popped in right there on Fusion. He's getting in there on the combo. Oh my god, that denial by Banny, that was so good. Fighting him in there, the bottle is coming out swinging. Nobody can kill this scout. Finally, Fusion gets taken down, but he got the cap for BOTE team. There was only 1 second left for DK to grab this, so if they get this cap, they will win the game. And Skis does have 100% Uber. They're going to be getting in here as soon as possible. Oh my god, Boar! Got the drop onto Skis. Oh my god, that's so good. BOTE team has a chance. Oh, but they're getting in here. DK is pushing in, trying to get onto the point, just getting down here. Spades gets taken down, Carl down, Billy Source, Bar picking up another 3 kills. Oh my god, that was so dirty. They have this defense. They only have to hold it for 40 more seconds, and I think they can do that, especially with Axio down as well. I don't really think there's any way for DK to get in on this.
Oh my god. Okay, so DK does have about 30 seconds left. If Skis build as fast as he can, if they go into overtime, he is going to be able to get an Uber. It takes about 34 seconds, I believe, to get an Uber charge, but it doesn't look like that's going to matter. DK is going to try to dry push this point. They're dropping so many fires right now. The only thing that matters is cap time, and if Skis is alive, Rogue does pop his Uber. Skis, he's at about 50% Uber advantage right now. They have to protect Skis at all costs. If he gets this Uber, it's going to be a game winner, but oh my god! Axio picking up, gets a frag on to Rogue. Skis still alive at 75% Uber. DK has 1 second left, but they do still have overtime. We have so many of the DK players tiptoeing onto the middle of the point. Fusion's gonna go down to course. Axio going insane right now. Axio on 4 kills. Skis picks up his Uber. He's going to pop it. We have right Justified, the only man alive.
Oh my god, the cap!
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that was so good! Oh, that was insane! And then Corsa jumping in there and picking up those 2 frags onto right Justify, as well as Fusion. That was so good. It effectively gimped BOTE so crazily. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That was insane.
It was awesome. And that will be for DK. Oh my god.
That was ridiculous. That's one of the greatest Viaduct endings I have ever seen, and I've seen a lot.
Oh my god, that was so close. That was insane. And Axio finally getting that headshot onto Rogue. That was so good. Oh wow, wow. I'm gonna look up these logs right now. That was so close. Excuse me, I feel like I need some water. I screamed too much during that. All right, Big Boar 20 frags followed by right justify, but that just wasn't enough. Van was getting in there. Fusion was doing crazily too. That was so good, but just in the end, DK just rolled in there and just did so well. It's all
Wow.
about that numbers game on Viaduct, yo.
Wow, that was insane. I think right at the very end there, Boar went on like a 6-kill streak, and then Axio just out of nowhere just lit himself up on fire. Picked up 4 or 5, and oh my god, that was insane. And that frag onto Rogue by Axiomatic and keeping Skis alive right there was insane. And I think between keeping Skis alive and Axiomatic just lighting up when he needed to at the best possible time allowed DK to cap for that one and last final second of double overtime, 2 double overtime rounds. That was an awesome match. That was so good. I'm so glad I got to cast that. That was amazing. I don't have any other words. You guys saw it here. That was so good.
Oh my god, that was really awesome. God, my hands are shaking right now. I was so excited. Enough. Yes, it was really good, and big shout outs to both teams. That was a really awesome game, and thank you so much for putting on such a great show. And Mario, I am really glad that you were wrong and it was not a 5-0. Thank God.
Even though it only goes up to 4.
4-0. Whatever.
Oh wait, I got it wrong too.
It's okay. So big shout outs to both DK and BOTE team for putting on some awesome video games for us to watch tonight. And shout outs to you guys, our lovely viewers. I hope you guys were as entertained as we were, because that was dope AF. Woo! How about you, Mario? Any shout outs?
Shout out to hopefully BOTE team not dying. And shout out to Bubba Babs.
I vote leave. I think it'll be a really good season. Just these first 2 weeks have indicated so far. And so thank you so much for casting with me tonight, Mario.
Mm-hmm.
And big thanks to our cameraman and producer, Jeeringsole, who's done a lovely job as usual. And with that, gosh, I need to drink after that game. And good night, everyone.
Leave me. I love you. I hate you. I love you.
I hate you.
I love you. Hate you. Love you. Love you. Love you. Hate you. Love you. Hate you. Love you. Hate. 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 Love you. If you leave, I will. Better yet, I will kill you. Kill you. Kill you.